Yes, what's going on, people? Welcome to another episode of Here for the Gainz podcast. Today, I'm joined by a special guest, a good friend of mine, and an occasional training partner when she allows me to train with her. She's very strong, very accomplished in the bodybuilding industry. You know, she's been successful in two categories, both figure and women's bodybuilding. You know, it's a pleasure to have her on here. It's Miss Danni Carr, aka Danny B, aka Queen B. Hey Danny, how we doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm really good, thanks. I'm really good. How's it going, man? How's it going? I'm pretending like I've not seen you for ages, but we only trained the other day.
When you was doing the intro, I was like, "Who's joining us? Who's coming?"
It's
Oh, this
you,
me?
man. Yeah, it's you. It's you. It's you. Yeah. So how's things going, man? How's training? How's life?
Yeah, it's good. I mean, I spoke to you the other day about my approach on training, so I'm sure we'll cover that. Training's going really good. Obviously, with lockdown, I think a lot of people had like a little bit of a reset with the goals and the training, the structure.
Yeah.
Life's going good. New job, new workplace. That's going really good.
Good.
Yeah, no, it's good.
Nice. Okay, so since you touched on lockdown, how did you find it, like training wise? Did you have much equipment, or did you have to go out and pretty much give an arm and a leg for some?
So the gym that I worked at, I was able to take some stuff, which was good. But then I had to take it back. So I actually bought some from that place in Liverpool. I can't remember what it's called.
Pro plates.
That's the one, yeah.
So got a few bits.
I bought some stuff from there. I had a pull up. I had quite a lot, to be fair. Bench, full like powerlifting set, basically,
Nice.
and some bands.
So does that mean that you're now a powerlifter then?
No. Try.
Okay. But yeah, because I saw some like footage throughout lockdown, and yeah, you did seem to be training regular, you know, out in the garden, I believe, and then you had your own little area in that as well. So
right. So at first it was in the garden because we had that nice weather.
Yeah.
And so I had a decent setup. I mean, I was doing more floor press rather than bench press. Because I didn't want to buy too much because I didn't know how long it'd last. And then eventually I just bought a bench. So it was in the garden, but then the floor got damaged. So then no more garden. And then when the weather was getting really bad, I took everything inside. And then I just thought I can't handle all the gym stuff in the front room.
Yeah.
It just didn't sit right. And I had my pull-up bar upstairs in the spare room. So I'd like go upstairs, do some pull-ups, come downstairs, do some rows. I was like, I'm not doing this. So then I got a gazebo. So back outside.
Yeah.
That was very interesting because that was around December. And that was when, the rain was bad. The wind was bad. I was squatting and the gazebo thing just went whoosh, and whacked me. I was like, yeah, no, put it away. So then I got somebody to build an outdoor gym area. So, and now I've still got it.
Hey. Well, it sounds like quite a bit of a journey throughout lockdown, in and out of the house, and and now outdoor area, which is good. I've still got my stuff in the garage, although it's not very usable at the moment because it's literally just storage. I did get a separate storage unit where I put all the stuff that was in the garage into the storage unit to create more space. But then as soon as lockdown ended, I thought, I'm going to save some money and put it all back in the garage. And now I've got a load of equipment just with a load of junk in there as well. And to be honest, we'll get rid of the junk. We don't need it, but the missus won't let me.
Can't get rid of stuff. Always got to just keep it, just in case. In 5 years' time, I might do something.
Exactly. Okay, so let's get on to like how you actually got into the whole fitness industry. Where did you start?
So like a lot of bodybuilders, I've always been involved in sports. So from primary school age, I was pretty much in every team. So I was captain or vice captain of every single team.
No way. Yeah, actually I can, because you're quite demanding as well.
Yeah.
I was cracking a whip.
I'm captain now, thank you.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was even vice captain of the boys football team. So
I don't even know how you managed that, but
but yeah, so then when I got to high school, sports is not as cool, and you know, you start to think, right, I need to start doing what everyone else is doing. I quit football because I was playing at Bolton, and then just completely left everything to do with sport, to be honest. And then about year 8, I started boxing, and I loved that. And then there was some guys that were going into the gym, so some older gym guys, the gym daddies, and then I just kind of joined in with them. So they were doing pull-ups and you know, heavy weights, and I just kind of joined in, really. Yeah.
no way. So you got into it from like year 8?
Yeah, I used to sneak up, sneak up the lift.
No way.
I wasn't allowed membership.
Yeah, I didn't get into it till like year 10, 11. When I was like 15-ish. So even before me, geez, I thought I got in early, but obviously not early enough. Damn.
Well, it was probably the same time, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, the age difference. Am I not younger? I'm sure I'm younger.
No.
No, definitely not. But wow. So in it from early, so you've always been into sports then, and then, you know, very active, and then got into training. So what made you what made you I can't even speak. What made you want to compete?
So those the guys I used to train with, I was always trying to keep up with them, because in boxing that's what we used to do. So from a young age, I was basically really competitive and trying to be strong. So and I remember like reading magazines, and these magazines would say, you know, this celebrity is 8 stone, so if you're taller than her, you should weigh less than 8 stone. And that is really damaging for a lot of people. But like at the time, I remember, because it was quite heavy, I remember reading it and being like, well, I've passed that now, so oops. Nothing I can do about it now. So I kind of just thought, well, I may as well be strong. So I was always in the weights, and there was never any females in the weights until one day, a girl that used to go to the gym, she had like tiny shorts, crop top, you know, the little gloves, and like curly blonde hair, and she kind of skipped past everyone and just picked up this barbell and was like, like this. And I was like, eh? Like, because I was the only one in the free weights at the time, so I spoke to her. And then she said she's doing a competition, and I didn't have a clue what it was. And then, she kind of told me about it. And again, luckily, I was introduced to natural bodybuilding because that's what she was doing. So, I guess, like, thankfully, I was kind of on that path, and I knew that that's what I would want to do. And she kind of sold it to me so well. And her passion for it made me think, I want to do something like that. So just that was a goal from young.
Okay. Well, what's very interesting is that you actually took the information which you received, like, you know, with the whole like magazines and stuff, and with the whole weight thing, and made something positive out of it. Because a lot of people, especially women, they can read that type of stuff and literally go the other way. So it's quite impressive that you managed to channel that and just think, do you know what, I'm already at this stage, and let's just continue the journey, you know, and continue to get stronger, which is good. And to be honest, you know, it kind of leads me on to like the next question. So it's like, what advice have you got for women getting into training? You know, because especially ones who want to gain muscle, especially around the glutes and stuff. What is it that they need to do?
So for women just starting off, either hire a coach or speak to someone who knows more and is qualified. You know, I know there's a lot of information on social media, especially like Instagram, like booty workouts and things. I would say speak to somebody or hire somebody, get information based on where you're at, rather than this is what So for example, if someone's looking on an Instagram post, do this workout, you know, you don't know whether you might have to work on your posture, your flexibility to make sure that you're not weak in certain areas, tight in certain areas. You know, a lot of people, they'll just do loads of glutes, but if the hips are tight and they're not recruiting them well, what you're doing really other than loading your lower back up if you're not recruiting them. So I would always say seek help off somebody who understands and can see you as well. I would say work on form before working as heavy as possible, but then go as heavy as possible. So, you know, if you think about guys in the, I always use this example. So guys in the free weights, if they want big biceps, would they do 20 reps with a lightweight or 10 reps with a heavier weight? They'd do 10 reps with a heavier weight, right?
Certainly would.
So, I don't know. So when you're doing glutes, why do 20, 30 reps, 4 sets of each one? You know, at the end of the day, if you want to build your glutes, it is a muscle. So go heavy. I'm not saying only do heavy work. Lighter work has its place, but just build, basically.
Just build. Okay. Build. So obviously, so that's the training side of things. So what about nutrition side? I'm not going to say too much. I'm going to let you lead, and then I'll go from there. Build. So build. So eat. Is that what we're saying?
Eat. Yeah. So build on your confidence in the gym. Build on your technique in the gym. Build on the weight that you're using. And your execution. And then when it comes to nutrition, build up your calories. So if you want to gain muscle, you want to gain glutes, or, you know, shoulders, quads, whatever that area is, don't be in a deficit, or at least for too long anyway. You know, there's that whole, I want a small waist, big glutes that a lot of women want now, but they're spending such a long time in a deficit that they're not going to see the growth on the glutes because they're in a deficit.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. And what would your advice be for women, especially who are in the surplus? Because obviously people can kind of get uncomfortable gaining extra body fat, as you tend to do when you're in a surplus. So how would they combat that? So
don't go too high into a surplus. So work out your maintenance calories and make sure you're having enough protein, fats and carbs. You know, that'll depend on the person and preferences, but enough protein, and then just do like 200, 300 calories into a surplus. You know, you don't have to go out and eat everything, because then you are going to get a big gut and you're going to feel rubbish, then you're going to diet, and then you're not going to be gaining muscle. So just slow and steady build.
I can totally agree with that for sure. I'm all about the gut life as well, though. I did that last year, but not again. Not that kind of surplus anyway. But so just a nice small surplus then.
Yeah, and then that way, if you feel like you're gaining too much, then you can just pull it back a little bit, let yourself catch up psychologically as well. And also as well, if you're eating lots of processed foods, you know, your calories are way higher than they need to be. And you put an extra body fat on, it's not gonna, well, it depends on what look you want, obviously, but if you want that small waist, big glutes, then you want to build it slowly so you're not getting that body fat around here. So
well, you have been very successful in building muscle and having fun in the off season, getting strong. You're like probably one of the I never said that. But you seem to have some really good, successful off seasons, and you certainly don't seem to mind putting on like extra body weight. Do you feel comfortable gaining body weight?
So I always think that everyone's got like a sitting point. So previously, I've been a lot heavier than I am now. In the past, after a diet for bodybuilding, I've always been, right, okay, I'm going to have 1 year off. I need to build as quick as possible now. And then I'd stay there on, you know, like body fat wise when I feel comfortable. Now I sit at like a heavier body weight in my off season. And that was fine. I was strong. I was happy. at the moment, so I'm actually a lot lighter than I was previously, but I've kind of found a new happy. So it's like, okay, I liked being bigger. Like I really like my quads when I was heavier.
Yeah.
Because they were bigger, but it's not all muscle. A lot of it was fat, which is fine.
Yeah.
And now I'm lighter. It's like, okay, well, I feel like happy in a different way. So I feel like I look fitter and more athletic.
Yeah.
Even though quads sometimes I'm like, oh, I should have a bit more body fat on them, but we can choose where we put it. You know, I want a bit more size. It's frozen.
Oh yeah. You're back. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
Where did you get up to?
I heard, I could kind of hear about, oh, what's that? I don't know if if that's going to do anything, but has that helped at all?
You got your aerial out the window.
That's what I need to do. Do you know what? I usually have my Wi-Fi adapter, but I've just realised that I've not put it in, you know, that whole prep brain thing. But am I back? Am I good? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I heard about like basically being at a happy medium, looking athletic, and being in a happy place right now.
Yeah. So like sometimes I look at pictures when I was heavier and I think, oh, I wish my legs were as big as they were there.
Yeah.
But you can't choose where you store your body fat. So if I was as heavy, I'd have more weight around my waist. And right now, for what I want, I'm not rushing to get on stage. Okay. I'm not doing a powerlifting competition. Mm-hmm. I'm enjoying doing some fitness work. So yeah, it's fine for where I want to be right now.
Okay, cool. So all right, so you kind of touched on a question which I was going to ask later on. Bodybuilding competitions. Where are we at? Are we ever doing one again? Are we going again?
If you do next year.
If I do, no chance of doing next year. I've got too many commitments next year. You know, if I didn't have a wedding mid-year, I'd probably do it again. But there's no way I'm dieting through that. Okay, good. I'm close to missing would kill me.
Should be listening to it like, come here.
Exactly. So yeah, next year's a no-go. But for yourself,
I don't want to say never. But right now my priorities are not competing. So I don't like to say never, but I'm happy where I'm at. I've got certain goals that I want to achieve beforehand. Mm-hmm. I feel like I would have a much more flexible approach, and I guess it doesn't. The reasons for competing was I already trained. I already ate like a bodybuilder. You know, I've been reading the magazine since young, so I was always having chicken and rice, chicken wraps, and it was easy. Like it fit into what I was doing on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah.
Whereas now responsibilities are a little bit different, and I've kind of done like a whole like start from scratch again. So I'm back into the gym doing what I like doing. Yeah. You know, when I first started off, it was like, oh, challenges. You know, if I see someone doing a random challenge, I'm like, yeah, let me join in. Whereas when I was prepping, I was like, don't you dare suggest change.
Yeah, I know that feeling.
You know, I like that. Yeah. But this is the thing, like you have to be in that mindset when you're prepping. Mm-hmm. And I get that and I understand that. And right now, I want to have fun with things. I want to go and do boxing because I feel like it. You know, if I want to go into the gym and train arms, I'll train arms. Like, you know, if someone's doing a session on legs, you know, I can join in with them. Whereas you know what I'm like normally I'm like, no, I do X, Y, and Z. I can't change this.
Exactly.
I followed your program.
I know, yeah. I was surprised, man. I was surprised. I thought you was gonna take the lead and you know, just bully me a little bit. But no, I had total control, which is a first. But I totally get that.
That's the thing, like I don't mind doing it now.
Mm-hmm. But in the past, no chance. Okay, so
I guess that's the answer. Never mind.
Yeah, no, good.
Are you behind?
Am I behind? No, I don't think so. I hope not.
Wi-Fi.
No. Oh gosh.
Open the window. But yeah, I guess if it fits in well with what I'm doing, then yes, I will compete. If not, I'm going to continue doing what I'm doing now. I'm enjoying my training split a lot. It's not optimal for bodybuilding, but it's like 60%, and then the rest is me.
Okay.
Like what I enjoy doing.
Yeah, I get that, man. So the main thing is that you're enjoying training, you know what I mean? And bodybuilding's always going to be there, and you're not that old, so you got time on your side. But I'm hoping to see, no pressure, but I'm hoping to see you back on stage at some point. But if you was to go back on stage, which category would you do? Because obviously you've had success in both figure and women's bodybuilding. And which do you prefer? Bodybuilding.
Yeah.
Okay.
I enjoy bodybuilding.
Yeah.
No heels. Mm-hmm. And I actually noticed that. So when we did the posing the other day, I went straight to doing flips. In my posing, like without the
without the hands open. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm much more comfortable in bodybuilding. The routine, I love it. I love, even now, like I hear a song and I listen to it over and over again, and I picture like a routine.
Okay.
Like certain songs, yeah. Mm-hmm. So it's like I enjoy that.
Yeah.
And it's more me. It is more like what I enjoyed about figure was, you can deadlift 180 in the gym. You can lift heavy, and then you go on stage. You got your bikini, your makeup, and you're in heels, and you doing your T-walk.
Yeah.
And then with bodybuilding, it was always like, how did I see it? I saw it as the step up, the bigger class. Yeah. Like I never felt like I was big enough to be in that class. But then when I did the class, I was like, okay, I actually did all right. Like I'm not as small as I thought. It's training with you. You're too big.
Listen, you put pressure on me when you do your lat spreads and front double biceps and back double bicep. I'm like, I don't like to stand next to you. I'll be honest.
I think that's what it is, like, because I'm training and I'm around people that are bigger than me.
Yeah.
I feel smaller than I am. I think it's a bodybuilding thing, to be honest. But I guess when I did the class, I liked the fact that now you're in the big girl class and you can still do the whole like flick your hair. But yeah, here's the most muscular.
Yeah. Okay, so it's bodybuilding for you then.
Yeah, 100%. I got rid of my heels. Did I tell you?
No.
So when I came back from America, when I competed in the Worlds, my suitcase was over, and it's because I had lots of American goodies, so I didn't want to pay more. So it was either I get rid of the American goodies, the sweets, or I get rid of the heels. So.
And you just left them. You left them at the airport. No way. Well, you made your decision there anyway. So yeah.
Pop tart or figure?
Oh, good. So, in terms of competitions, what is your favorite competition that you've done so far? Which has been the most enjoyable?
That was actually one of the questions that I got on mine. So, right. Okay, there's two different reasons. So the first one, I'm always going to be drawn to say, is the BNBF Northern, which was in Manchester. Now, the reason that was my favourite competition is my client was on stage with me, so Katie, and she qualified, which was great. I was chuffed. So that was good to share that moment with her. And also because I was living in Norwich at the time, coming back to Manchester, and then everyone knew I was coming to Manchester. You know what everyone's like when they shout your name. It just makes you feel like,
Yeah.
And then my nephew got on stage, which was really cool. So, and he was posing with the pros. So I can never forget that memory. Nice. But in terms of stage time, it would be the UK DFBA internationals.
Okay.
And the reason for that is because the one before, so I did, can't remember which competition it was, but I did bodybuilding for the first time, physique.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I kind of thought, okay, maybe I just qualified, but it's because of, maybe they just put me through. Maybe it's just a bit of a fluke. I'll do the bodybuilding at the finals, but I'll see how I get on. And I was thinking, it's a big girl class, see what happens in the finals, no expectations whatsoever. Whereas like, when you've got expectations, it's almost like you either gonna meet it and be like, I expected it, or you're not gonna, if you don't meet it, you're disappointed in yourself when actually you did the best that you could. And that happens a lot when you've been winning shows.
Yeah, for sure.
And with figure, because figure I've been winning a lot. It's I kind of expected that. So if I didn't do well, like psychologically, it hit me hard. Whereas with bodybuilding, I didn't have, because it was my first year, and in that year I'd gone from figure to bodybuilding. It's almost like I'm going to do it, enjoy the day, and whatever happens, happens.
Yeah.
So placing second to someone who became a pro, and then I got took to the Worlds, it was like wait, really? Is this a fluke? I'll see you at the Worlds.
Yeah. Gosh, I don't think it was a fluke, Danny, because you had a lot of muscle and is in incredible shape. Really good prep, and you're doing well, man. I think you don't see what everyone else sees, and it's there's a lot there, a lot of potential. There's a lot there, like a lot of success already, and there's even room for even more success. But and this is why I'd love to see you back on stage. For sure. But what advice would you give?
Will probably happen.
Good.
Sorry, I said it'll probably happen. Yeah. I just don't know when, and I'm not in a rush whatsoever. At the end of the day, bodybuilding, I want to build, and it will fall into place when I'm ready.
Yeah, no doubt. So, what advice would you give to women who are competing for the first time, and whether it's for bikini, figure, or bodybuilding?
So what, they're ready to start the prep, or they're thinking about doing a competition?
Yeah, thinking about doing the competition. So like pre-prep.
Pre-prep. So build. Keyword. So I would say take time, 100%. So at the end of the day, no one wants to get on stage to make up numbers, right? We know that. Some people do it for the challenge, but it's a lot of work for, to show that you look the best you.
For sure.
Everyone's thinking, I want that first place, I want that, I want to qualify, I want to be top 5. So at the end of the day, take your time in the off season, put more effort into the off season rather than just slacking because it's not prep. And the prep is like revealing what you've already got. That's the way I see it. So the work is done in the off season. So not when everyone's taking pictures of their abs. That's just revealing what they've already got.
I totally agree with that. A lot of people slack off in the off season, think it's it's a time to do all the fun stuff and not really do the hard work, and then it comes down to dieting, and it's like, oh well, I've not made as much improvement as I thought I would have. They've gained some size, usually a lot of body fat, but obviously a lot of focus should be in the off season. So what you're saying is that before they even step on stage, just make sure that they're in a good position to diet down before even doing it. So go ahead.
Seeking help, so get advice off someone maybe that has done the class that you've done. I think it's froze again.
No, I'm still here.
Is it froze?
No, I'm here. I just stay still.
Fair enough.
I'm not enough calories to move.
Blink. Yeah, so I would say get help and advice off someone. Go to see someone for posing. Do not do a prep and leave it till last minute.
Yeah.
And also as well, like just something to mention in the off season, taking time. I suppose that's for beginners, but take time before you do a prep. For people that have already competed, like I said about my own training now, I'm more flexible about it because I know it's not optimal for bodybuilding. I know I would need longer before I go back onto prep. So, and when I say I'm having fun, what I'm actually doing is, so I've got pull, push, lower on my split. Then I've got Thursday as a rest day, which I do my mobility and core, like very light. And then on the Friday, I do upper body, but I'll make it more into like a circuit, like fitness, but still heavy. And then on the Saturday, I do lower body again. So it's not optimal for what I would do if I was prepping.
Yeah.
And that's why it would take longer if I was going to get on stage. So take time.
All right. So if somebody let's say a female wanted to compete, and would you recommend that they work their way up in the different classes, or would you say to build enough muscle to then jump into that class straight away?
It would depend on the class that they want to do. I think it's important to note some people just don't have a certain shape. So for example, like figure, small waist, you're looking for that taper. And if somebody hasn't got that, you could say, right, work for years building your lats, but and your quads. Or you could say, actually, you could do really well in athletic. It's more suited to you. Or fit body. Also as well, so like, for example, if you've got someone who wants to do bodybuilding and they lower body dominant and they've not really got much up top, then, you could say, right, why don't you try bikini? It might suit you. But people do move up in classes, but I do think that the shapes are different on a lot of them. So going from figure to figure, fit body, physique bodybuilding, those are all like, you've still got the X frame. It's just a matter of conditioning and size that varies. But when you're talking bikini and athletic, I think if you've not got it, you've just not got it. If you don't have the big glutes, or if you, like, for example, if I wanted to do bikini, it's not going to happen. It's just not.
Gone past that now. Got trapped shoulders, big back, and everything.
It's just it just is what it is, like, and to be honest, even when I started training, I was always very upper body dominant because of the boxing and different things. Are you still again, or?
I'm still here. I'm
all right, okay.
I'm here.
You just do this the whole way, because I keep looking at you like just the whole time.
No, I'm here.
Like, but yeah, that's my view on it.
Okay. So this leads to like another question. So obviously we've got natural bodybuilding and we've got tested federations as well. And what's your views, especially on women taking PEDs? Is it something that you find acceptable or not, or what's your take on it?
So this has come up on my Q&A as well, like twice. I can't remember who asked now, but so my view, and this is my view, is that no coach should push it on anyone. That annoys me, like really annoys me. Some coaches out there will say, and I know this, and it really winds me up, they're all taking it, or if you want that, you have to take this. I don't even know what they're advising, but if you want that physique, this is the only way to do it. And I really despise that. So that is an absolute no. If your coach is pushing that onto you, and you've just started training, no, like, you know, take a huge step back, and get a new coach. But and also as well, I know of coaches that are pushing assistance onto clients that because they're not progressing. And again, okay, let's have a look at this big jigsaw. Obviously, these aren't doing natural shows, tested shows. So let's have a look at the bigger picture. You've got your sleep, you've got your nutrition, you've got your training. Are you optimizing absolutely everything? Are you going out and having a cheese toastie at Costa and later on, you know, snacking on toast? Or are you eating the right nutrition the whole day, every day? You know, don't slack, give it 40-50%. You know, your sleep is rubbish, you're going out drinking, your recovery is bad because your stress is high, and then say, oh, I'm not making progress, so therefore I must have reached my potential. So again, that I don't like. But on the other side of that, if your goal is to be on the like Olympia stage, your goal requires that, and you are at a certain level and you've been training a certain amount of time, then yeah, I see it as you do you. But
no, I totally agree with that. Like coming down to the coaches who are trying to influence clients to take stuff, to be honest, I don't even like coaches who push more drugs onto people who are already taking some. You know what I mean? It's like proper we just increase the dosage and do this, you know, do a lot of unnecessary things because, you know, they're lacking in the progress. But like you're saying, they might not be optimizing other elements of their lifestyle, whether it's the training, nutrition, recovery. So yeah, I'm totally with that. And you know, each their own. Like you're saying, if someone wants to jump on the Olympia stage, especially as an open bodybuilder or women's bodybuilding, you ain't doing that as a natty. I tell you that now. Because it's just a different league totally. But so okay, would you ever consider going to the dark side?
Like I'm not even sure I'm getting on stage, so that's a no.
All right.
I don't even know whether I walk the cards yet.
That's fair enough. That's fair enough. So
yeah, being honest as well. So even if I was getting on stage, if I was to say I'm going to prep, then I don't see why I would go to the dark side. Or use performance enhancers. So at the end of the day, for me, I'm not gonna ever be at a certain level that no matter when, you know, I could have started 10 years ago. I've just not got that physique. I've not got that ability, even with assistance. I like the natural look. I like to know that I'm controlling the variables. I've not got anything against it if people are in the non-tested league and they're doing it. You know, a lot of them look absolutely great. But I like to have my variables under control.
I hear that. Yeah, especially nowadays, it seems like a lot of people are getting, you know, a lot of health issues. I'm not sure if it's just because it's becoming more like aware, that it's just more awareness due to social media or what, but especially this year, you know, there's been a lot of deaths and a lot of people getting ill with it. So I'm not sure what's going on, but there's definitely some health risks if you do take that route. So you know, just something to be aware of if you are thinking about doing that kind of thing. But go on.
Can I ask you a question?
Of course you
can. So this is something that, like, I know my stance on it. So obviously there's PEDs for bodybuilding.
Yeah.
What's your view on it if someone's just going to the gym, going on holiday, wanting to look good on Instagram, going to Dubai, whatever? What's your view?
Right.
If a client came up to you and said, right, this is what I want.
Oh gosh, do you know what? Like for me, you know, when it comes to performance enhancing drugs or anything along that line, for me, I just see the purpose for competitive purposes. But obviously, people have got their own goals and want to achieve a certain look. So if that is what you want to do, then, feel free. I certainly won't be pushing it on people. But yeah, it's like I say, it can be quite a dangerous route to take, especially if you don't know what you're doing. And even if you do know what you're doing, it can be, you can still end up with health problems, as we've seen with like top athletes. But yeah, like my personal stance is, I'm not really into that. Just to look good in the gym and to go on holiday. I think you can look great as a natural athlete, but like I said, everyone's got their own goals and want to achieve a certain look. So certain looks you just can't achieve as a natural athlete. So yeah, do what you got to do, but just be aware of all the risks that come with it. And if something bad happens, then that's on you. But if you get nothing but greatness, that's also on you. So yeah.
Have creatine, intra-workout, and a monster.
There you go. Not a monster, ABE. Got to be on the good stuff.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Okay, so I've got some more fun questions. Definitely got quite a few fun questions. In fact, I can't speak. Do you know what? This prep is, I'm struggling. I don't know what it is, but my mouth, it's like it doesn't want to move. I'm trying to talk, and oh gosh, it's hard work. But we're coming to the end. We've got 7 days, and that's it. That's it. The end of the season. But yeah, let's get to the fun questions. So, Danny, what is your go-to cheat meal?
I'm super boring. I feel like I should have prepared for this. Right, so I like Jerk HQ.
Okay.
I'm really basic. I like chicken and rice.
Okay.
No, I'm really basic. So, right, for example, if I'm chilling at home, I want something, I'll just go out and get Jerk HQ. So I'll get jerk chicken and rice, and then like he'll know it's me because I'll be on the phone and I'll say, how many dumplings you got? I've got 6, right? Pack 7. I'll just take all of it. So yeah, but if you want to know I've not had it for a long time, but if it was something that's not as clean, I guess, or healthy, it would be chicken and waffles.
Okay. Do you know what? I've never had chicken and waffles,
You need chicken and waffles.
Never had it. It's a American thing, ain't it?
Yeah, but you can get like KFC chicken and make your own.
Okay, I never thought about that. But no, off season's close, so I might just have to do that. I just have to do that for sure. Okay, if you could train with any 3 people, who would it be?
Theo.
Well, obviously.
But he keeps letting me down. No, so any 3 people. I'm not good at these fun questions.
Okay, it's all right. It's all right. Anyone, even if it's 2, even if it's 1, is there anyone who you'd love to train with?
So Oscar Young.
Yeah.
One of my friends. So from years ago. So he's an absolute monster, an absolute beast. Mm-hmm. JP.
Yeah.
Again, training intensity through the roof. Mm-hmm. And then who else? I feel like I should pick a female.
If one comes to mind, feel free. And none come to mind.
It'll come. I know. It'll come. I don't. I train on my own. It'll come. Right.
Okay. Well, 2 out of 3 is not bad.
Allow it. We'll come back.
Yeah, Oscar and JP.
We'll come back.
Right. Okay.
At least I'm truthful. Could have just mentioned someone randomly.
No, it's good. It's good. That's what we like. We like the truth. So, what's your favourite gym in the UK?
Ultraflex.
Yeah, I like Ultra.
Yeah,
I do. Big fan. All right. So, we've also got some quick fire questions now. So don't take much thought. So you had to get going. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So, pizza or burgers?
Burgers.
Cookies or donuts?
Cookies.
Deadlifts or squats?
Deadlifts. You didn't even need to say the
I
second
know,
one.
I knew that. Granola or oats?
Granola.
Cake or crisps? Ooh,
Cake.
cake. Okay.
Yeah, cake.
Kickbacks or curls?
Kickbacks.
Okay.
You didn't expect that.
No, I wasn't sure. You know, I wasn't sure. But okay, kickbacks. I know. You get into the
I'm
whole
thinking warming up for deadlifts. That's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Kickbacks as a warm up means a good deadlift.
Fair enough. Shots or cocktails?
Shots.
I saw some on your story last night as well. Oh, look dangerous. Summer or winter?
Summer.
Okay, nice. And buffet or fine dining?
What buffet?
What buffet? Any buffet.
Buffet.
Yeah, I think I would have worked with that as well. Great. Do you know what? Everything apart from the curls, probably I agree with. And maybe the cocktails over the shots, in fact, especially on holiday. I love a cocktail.
I changed my mind.
Go on.
I actually changed my mind. I just thought about something. Fine dining. Can I change my mind?
Well,
no.
I guess so. Well, you just have. It's recorded. You change your mind. Yeah.
I changed my mind, everyone. Don't listen to that.
So what made you change your mind?
I'm just thinking of the cleanliness of the place.
Ah, okay. All right. So
yeah, like if it was
Okay. So nice
fine
clean
dining.
Fine dining. All right, cool.
Classic.
Right, Danny. Yeah, get dressed up in that. Okay, so I'm gonna wrap things up here. It's been great having you on. Just before you go, where can people find you? Not like literally, not at your house. Instagram.
Yeah. So just round the corner from out the window. So actually, so Instagram, Danni_B_PT.
Yeah.
Don't really use Facebook, but yeah, Instagram mainly. So yeah. Only.
I'm pretty much the same. I actually only reactivated my Facebook the other day because I wanted to check the banned substance list and just have a look at the supplements, and that was it. But yeah, better use Facebook, Instagram. But I'm gonna put your Instagram handle in the description section anyway, so people can find you, whether they want to just follow your journey, want some coaching, PTing. Danni, she's helped me a lot. Honestly. One of the main things which actually does stick out is my squats. Like when we first started training, I believe I was squatting on a Smith machine at that point because I was getting nothing but knee pain free squatting, and then you want to do some barbell squats, and from then it's just like literally never look back. So not that I don't program Smith machine squats for people every now and again, but for myself, it's been a great help. So yeah, if you need some advice, need some help, hit Danni up, and I'm going to put all the details in the description. But Danni, thanks for coming on, and guys, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, leave a comment in the comment section, and be sure to like, subscribe, and share. This will be available on YouTube, Spotify, and iTunes. So however you're listening, just let me know, man. Let me know where the people are at. So thanks for watching. Danni, thanks for coming on, and have a good evening.
Thank you.
I wasn't sure you're going to reply then. All right.
Get the mic from it. I didn't know what to say. Thank you. No, thanks for having me on. It's been good.
All right. Take care.